Come on. Thank you. So about 20 years ago, I worked for a private investigator. Now, he was the private investigator, and he basically dealt with cases dealing with like insurance fraud, people out on workman's comp, and some relationships. And what he did was he only stayed in the office, but he hired us, and we were what you call snoops. And we were the people who would go out. Yeah, snoops. That's the theme, right? And we were the people who would go out and sit outside your house at 5 o'clock in the morning and follow you around all throughout the day. Now, most of the cases I did were people who were out on workman's comp. And I had this one assignment where I had to follow this one guy, and the way it worked, because, I have to identify, I have to know who he is, who is the person I'm going to follow. So what I did was, he had a doctor's appointment. So what I did was I sat in the waiting room of the doctor's office, and I just wait for them to call his name. Once they call his name and he goes in the back, then I go outside and I wait. Now, if I know that he's going to come out and go to the subway that way, this was in New York, he's going to go to the subway that way, so I would sit on that side of the building, and as soon as he comes out, I would just follow him. Now, there's a rule. Well, the way it works is like, the person you're following, your subject, cannot even know you exist. I followed people for 14 hours, and they don't even know I exist. And the rule is, if he sees you once, that's called you're warm. If he sees you twice, the second time he sees you, you're hot. Because that's when he's kind of like, what's up with this guy? And the third time he sees you, it's called a burn. You're burned. You're out. Usually that results in a chase. So I sat outside the building to the right, knowing that the subway was to the left, and doggone it, the guy walks out the building and walks to the right by mistake, and he sees me there. But I was just a guy standing there, and then he turned around and went that way, so now I'm warm. So I start following him, and he's walking, and he passes by like a donut shop. He passes by a donut shop, and then I guess he decides to get a donut. And he turns back to come to the donut shop, and he sees me again. So now I'm hot. So I find myself another safe place to wait for him to come out the donut shop, and I follow him again. He goes down into the subway station, and I follow him down into the subway station. And damn it, I'm walking down the stairs of the subway station, and he starts coming back up the stairs. Now, in the subway station, there's a railing in the middle for the people on the right going down, people coming up. And I'm going down the subway stairs, and he's coming up. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm hot. I'm burned. But just as he's about to pass me, as we're about to pass each other, he leans over the railing and says, hey, you following me, motherfucker? I said, nope, phew, and took off running. Now, there's another rule that we follow is that if there's a chase, you run somewhere that they would not follow you to. So it could be like across a highway or into a river or whatever. Run where he will not go. So I ran into the subway. I didn't have time to pay, so in New York there's an expression called hop in the train. I hopped the train, jumped on the tracks, and ran down the tracks into the tunnel. I'm running down the tracks into the tunnel, and I look back, and the motherfucker's behind me. Chasing me down the tunnel. Now I realize, all right, this is a real chase. This guy's chasing me. We're running down the tunnel, and there's, I don't know where the next train station is. A train might come through. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, I just can't keep running. So after a while, I said, okay, I'm going to have to stop and turn around and kick this motherfucker's ass. So I stopped. And the guy ran up to me, and now I'm expecting a fight in the tunnel. The guy runs up to me, and he stops. He goes, hey, man, what you following me for? And I was puzzled because I was like, you don't know why I'm following you? And anyone on workman's comp, you know why you're being followed. He was like, why are you following me? So there's another rule, is never tell them why you're following them. So he goes, why are you following me, man? And I thought real fast. I go, oh, man, it's your ex-girlfriend, man. Now I'm thinking real fast. I'm reeling, thinking. And he goes, for real? I go, yo, man, she loves you, man. She's paying me all this money to follow you around all damn day. He goes, oh, man. I go, yo, man, for real, man. I said, but you know what, dude? For real, I'm not going to follow you anymore. You done chased me down the damn subway. I'm not going to follow you anymore, okay? He goes, all right, man. He says, so what are you going to tell her? I said, I don't know. What do you want me to tell her? He says, tell her I love her. I said, I can't tell her that shit. I can't tell her I talk to you. I'll tell her you in the library or something. You go tell her you love her. He goes, all right, man. And the motherfucker gives me a hug. Now, we're in the subway train. We're in the dark tunnel. There's rats all around, everything. So he goes his own way. I went my own way. And now I get on the train, and I'm headed back home, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, now I got to tell the private investigator that I got burned, you know. And he's going to say, damn, Maxie, you blew the case then. And then I'm going to be like, no, I didn't blow the case, because he really doesn't know that I was following him for his workman's comp case. And I'm thinking about all that, because I'm picturing him saying, well, how would he know that, you know? Then I thought, you know, there were at least 5 different ways I could have got killed today. He could have killed me, or anything else. A train could have killed me. A rat could have killed me. So when I got home, I called a private investigator, and I told him, I quit. Thank you.
Maxie Jones, everybody, give it up.